Today I will answer all the questions. It's part 11 and part 12. Let's start with question 1. Shoot. Describe a food in another country that would like you to try. Yes, the idea of trying different types of cuisines, is from different continents or cultures, has impressed me since the day I started to learn about this beautiful world. Yes, yes, there were some food items I would like to try, but today I will talk to you about sushi, a traditional Japanese dish. Mm, you know, it, it is a Japanese dish which is full of flavors of rice, vinegar, and seafood, and with fresh squid and salmon, which is put it on top of the rice and with which is mixed with vinegar. And by the way, sushi means cooked and grilled as you like it. In many other countries in the world, this delicious dish, is also known as Japanese rice. Yes, because it looks like regular rice with salmon on top. And yes, anyway, you know one may want to describe it, but in reality, and I learned about this foreign food, and yes, mm, I'm looking for ingredients in Aqua Channel, and it's fascinated me. And later on, after searching on the internet, yes, and I found it very popular in different countries such as USA, Vietnam, and some Asian countries. And yes, the food is widely popular around the world. But it's mostly prepared and consumed in Japan. And yes, I want to try this more because after the trip to Japan, I found in love with with that sushi. Not just it, it's the sourness of the vinegar. I love also the freshness of the salmon, squid, and tuna. Yes, and overall, I was impressed with that dish of this, of this, of this view, and the delicious flavor of it, and it delivers it to me, a greatness of sense, and I want to try it because the decoration is looks so classy. Let's move on to part 3, question 1. What is the food or country cooked at home? Well, Vietnamese cuisine, includes the variety of delicious dishes that was prepared at home, and some popular homemade Vietnamese dishes are very fascinating, such as phở bò, bánh xèo, gói quấn, cá kho tô, or canh chua, I think, and the flavorful of of that dish, with mix from streaming beef such as phở bò, you know, it's pretty delicious. Which is was it what that was the mixture of beef, chicken bones, rice noodles, or various herbs, or bang sao as an example. Wasn't the crispy savory pancakes with filled with shrimp pork, beans route, and beans amazed me a lot after a few times of trying. Now, let's continue to question 2. Any equipment to help cook that previous people did not have? Mm, yes, modern equipment, can significantly, influence, the preparation of traditional Vietnamese dishes, and there are, lots of tools that previous people did not have, such as electric rice cooker. Ensures perfectly cooked rice every time with minimal effort, and essentially rice is the most considerable plant in Vietnam, or the high power blender is a what is it's really useful for making smooth broth sauce. It's marinades very quickly. Let's move on to question 3. Few people today can't cook. Is it true? Mm, why it's true to some people today, may lack cooking skills, and the situation varies, widely, which is based on factors, like culture, education, or access to resources. Another reason that people today are used, more convenience foods more than the past, and the availability of the fast food, has reduced the necessity for some people to cook regularly, or the busy lifestyle really in this influence, the way people cooks, and they have busy lives, balancing work and their family, so they have a little time for cooking. Let's move on to question 4. Is it a good idea to teach children about food? mm, yes, teaching children about food is a great idea to several reasons. you know Understanding to nutrition helps children, making healthier food choices or reducing the risk of, obesity or related health issues. Or, cooking a viable life skill that, promotes the independence and self-sufficiency. Or, learning about different tools or cuisines it fosters the appreciation for, diverse culture or traditions. Let's move on to the final part. Describe a natural phenomenon. Hmm. You know, Today I wanted to try to talk to you about, in 2020, the storm, has yes, it has the damage in all Vietnam, and it makes people, become, you know just they just the houses were destroyed, and many people have to save them from damaging the environment. mm, you know every time I turn on the TV, during those days, it seems like they're talking about the storm or the floods, and I think it's very just very sad to see how people were affected, and the flood caused too many landslides, that it's destroyed all the homes, and it's make it impossible to rescue them and or reach the people who was damaged. And it's what really hit me hard, the loss of life. And and it was just devastating, and families torn apart, and the sense of grief was, oh, never mind the the flood waters are not only destroy homes, and it's it killed lots of lives, and of countless individuals, leaving scars. So it would take years to to heal. You know After the floods, I knew I had to do something to to help them a little bit. I donate about 200,000 dong, to support them to to go through, to pass through out the flood. And yes, it wasn't much, but it will. I believe it will help. It would make a difference to those who are struggling with storm. And yes, through so dearly, and compassion, we can overcome even the most daunting challenges to emerge stronger than before. Okay, and that was the end of my speaking. Thank you for listening.